Alright, welcome back everyone. So Ubisoft usually tends to announce a new IP every single year. Usually at the very end of their show, and one big AAA IP. And last year was Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. And this year it's a game called Steep, which I did not expect. This came out of left field. I did not expect them to make this kind of game, but they did. And it's a open world, multiplayer online, snowboarding, skiing, skydiving, basically an action sports game. And anything that you've seen on GoPro on YouTube that has blown your mind, it's basically that game. And you know, the most interesting dynamic of this video game is by far the social aspect to it. So obviously they released a trailer for their video game, and then they released a gameplay demo as well, which I'll be reacting to and analyzing. So please check that out later. But right now we'll focus on just the actual official E3 trailer. I did a live reaction for it. Just go watch.
It's a completely new genre, and I'm sure
A new
you
genre.
will love it. Thank you.
That's a bold-ass statement to say. You know, we're creating our own lane. It's like, okay, show me. Trailer made from, okay.
It's that moment where I've committed
Base
to leaving,
jumper and
but I
skydiving.
haven't left the earth yet. Nothing you can do but charge forward.
What I love the most in the mountains is that I can do anything I want. It's pure freedom.
You know, there's always a bit of fear. If you don't have a little fear, you know, then you're a little crazy, I think.
It's a snowboarding game? Oh, it's like an action sports game. It's like,
all the chaos is just gone. No one else around.
The moment my feet leave the earth, everything else disappears.
oh,
It's pure adrenaline. It's what I live for.
Ubisoft isn't creative. They just make the same game after same game after same game, and they come out with nonsense, and it never works, and it's always a downgrade. It's like, all right, but then you got this, and they're ending their show with it. And
The mountain is your canvas, you know, you can paint your own picture. That's what the beauty of it is.
The most important thing for me is to try something that never been done before.
Am I scared? Sure. But fear can be a tool. It can keep you performing beyond what you think your limits are.
this is cool, man. I'd be so down to play something like this. So where's the multiplayer component? I guess it's an open world game, so you could just go and snowboard with whoever the hell you want. That's cool. Steep. Okay. Really cool, man. All right, that got me excited. That got me. I'm gonna keep a close eye on you. Okay, so that trailer showed off a couple of things. Obviously, GoPro is going to have a huge either marketing deal with them or something, because they're putting their freaking brand all over that game. So obviously, they even have a mechanic inside of the game, or a camera angle inside of the game that is GoPro. So it just makes you go in GoPro view, basically. So all the videos you've seen online of GoPros and people on skis, like, they've made a camera angle for that, a perspective for that. So you get first-person perspective, you have the third-person perspective, you have the perspective of, you know, photo mode, and then you have GoPro mode, which is insane. It's super wide, and I just personally can't wait to try that out and see what it looks like and feels like, because I could see it making me kind of dizzy. But anyway, Steep looks like the type of game that is going to be one of those things that people ask for all the time when they say they want a snowboarding game, or they want a skiing game, or they want something like that. Well, imagine you being able to get that. Oh, but you also being able to play with your friends anywhere in the world. Oh, and you also being able to play with other people that you don't even know. Oh, and also you can rewind and replay and go to certain areas of the map seamlessly and not really have to worry about certain levels or having a certain thing be constructed in a certain way, kind of like kind of like I don't know, a snow park or something where there's ramps and everything is so perfectly designed that you can only do a certain amount of things. But in this case, it's an open world. There's mountains, and you could pick an exact spot in the mountain and just slide down and go. So that's what's exciting about Steep, man. It just provides you a really unique kind of action sporty, you know, simulation. But at the same time, it's fun because it has a social aspect to it. I just want to know, where does this game grow from here? Because it's obviously a multiplayer game, and the point of multiplayer games is to grow as time goes on. And so I want to know how big they get. I want to know how many modes they introduce. I want to know how robust that whole entire experience is going to be like. Because, yeah, you have the open world aspect to it, but, you know, if you're always going down mountains and they feel very similar, and you don't create, you know, different kind of unique areas that make your run feel very, very different, then I could see it getting old. But at the same time, if you nail all of those things, if you create certain areas in the open world that are very unique and become people's favorites, but yet there's also this area over here that is very much this certain type of play style, or a certain area over here that's purely for skydiving or parachuting, and a certain area over here that's like purely for snowboarding or emphasis on snowboarding, and then an area that's, you know, all of these things combined, and you can easily do skydiving there and snowboarding there, or maybe everything around the map is open and easy for everyone to get involved. And what I like about it is that there's very much a seamless kind of, oh, you could choose a snowboard, you could choose this right there. And I want to also know, is that, are they going to introduce different ways to ski? So is there going to be a mini ski type of thing, or is there going to be different kinds of things you're going to be able to do inside of that open world snowy environment? So my biggest question is, what does the content for the next year look like? Because apparently this game's coming out in 2016. So what does the 2017 roadmap look like for Steep? And if you guys have any questions about that as well, let me know in the comments, because we'd all like to know, because this is an interesting title. It's very unique in terms of what we have on the market today, and it's definitely trying something new, and it makes sense for that studio to be working on it, because that's where they live pretty much. So looking outside and being like, you know what if we created a multiplayer experience but out here? And I like the fact that they thought that way and they made a game that way, and look at it now. It just seems to be a culmination of ideas that they've probably been throwing around for a while. So I'm glad they've been able to do it. I'm glad they've been given the trust by Ubisoft to pull this off, and the fact that they've ended their show on it, it looks like they have a lot of confidence in the title. And hopefully this is a snow, open, action sports game that sells really well, and gets supported for years and years to come. And especially if it sells well, that will definitely happen. So let me know what you guys think, of course, of Steep and the trailer, and let me know what you guys think about, the roadmap, the multiplayer roadmap, the content roadmap for Steep for the next year or two, okay? If you hate me, you know what to do. If you like me, you know what to do. If you love me, then I freaking love you back. I'll see you guys later.